I wanted to mention how that Mercury is going retrograde, and it's in Sagittarius. It starts, well, boy, that tells me that there's going to be a lot of more travel hangups around Thanksgiving. God, man, imagine people that don't know that there's a Mercury retrograde in Sagittarius, no less. That's like a classic Thanksgiving, like uh, that movie, where Chevy Chase plays, um, where they go on the vacation, and it's like this trippy road trip. Anyway, okay, so going retrograde, you see, but the thing I don't like about it is that it comes 1 degree away from my Venus, from squaring it, and it squares the mutable planets. It's in Sagittarius, and then it squares Pisces, Gemini, and Virgo, and it's squaring my Venus at nearly 23. It's at 22, and then that's when it goes stationary and goes backwards. So it's like, wow, it's kind of awkward for me. I am capable of making some gross mistakes, I guess, in communications, no less. And well, that's sometimes what will happen. And if it's love, see, it's unfortunate for me because other people are also getting fed up, and they have realities that are setting in for them. And I would rather be somebody who does the unbelievable feat of being there for people when they're going through troubles. Harsher realities that we don't really control, but it's like, oh, there it is, kind of like Halloween, no matter what, is coming on with whatever morbidity, or even if you see, death or births. Doesn't have to be so negative, um, but see, for me, it's kind of awkward with this Mercury retrograde is especially hitting my Venus, and it's just an awkward time. That's all. It's not really a bad thing, It's hard for those two beneficiary planets. Sorry, my speech has been so, and my train of thought I skip over. I can tell, you know. I don't know if I'm going to get better or worse, but you know how that when you go through stress, particularly if you're hanging around people that don't really have any good vocabulary themselves and they don't care for your expression, it's like, good luck, yeah, their mentality might be no good. So, I don't know. I mean, it's interesting that I talk about that because it might be an issue or something with this Sagittarius Mercury. Uh, I imagine they are very wide range educated people. They like to talk about many different things. And so we have the sun in Sagittarius coming up here. Yeah, it's happening already. It's cruising right along, and it does trine my ascendant. These Sagittarius planets. But cruising right along, it's a short spurt that by the time it's December 14th, it's going to go direct and start going forward again, but not before, say, it trines my uh, Aries rising. See, I just do my personal planets, and I can remember, like, Kimcast, it happens to trine your Venus when it does slow down and go retrograde. It's right there at 20 degrees, and that's I should send you your chart at least. I guess I could do that. That'd be great. So anyway, yeah, I apologize that I'm hardly running on two cylinders. It seems like, but the truth is the Aries part of the organism and the cardinal people, they've been kind of knocked around for the past 15 years, if not 35 years. See, that's what I'm going through, kind of, is deciding something major, which is, it's sticking out as an obvious, but I am deeply questioning it. I have an old self, like, that I'm struggling with but I'm definitely questioning if it's the right thing for me. See, I want a social life. I'm living in isolation too much, and I'm happier working projects with people that influence, and maybe in case the kids were watching, at least, what I mean is really to work together to get a job, maybe, right? See, the question is do I want to stay in this area or do I want to just completely change? And I'm wondering, what difference does it make? Wherever you go, there you are. What are you doing? Is there a plan? Like, say, if I did sell out here, of course there would have to be a master plan that says now I have to reinvent myself. And see, I don't like the word have to. I want to. It's coming up. I'm actually chomping at the bit. There's something. It doesn't mean that like I have to change everything here either, or move to Guam or something like this. I could transform this whole entire situation for me, and that's what I'm getting ready to do. I'm thinking about it. It's something has to stand out as an obvious to me. There's a couple options I can let talk about and within myself right now about some things, and I want love in my life, you know, and I want it now. Something strange going on with that, I would rather there be open communication, wouldn't you? How about you? How is your love life? It doesn't necessarily mean other people, although doesn't it help to have people that are there enhancing what you love about yourself, and then of course they appreciate it too. I mean, it's not a hard time being there. Love is easy, and there's a reason. uh, we can enhance each other. We can support each other, right? Mutually, kind of emotionally, maybe. I know not looking for that, but I'm open for it. See, this is the problem. Is like, how long am I going to go being open for it? And part of the way I look, I think I look so strange. Maybe it's the lighting or something, but no, I whew, could gain a little bit more weight. Really, I'm going through such amazing stress that it still feels like the home stretch, right? Now, what is it? Well, we have this Mars aspect that's going slow, and it's still technically opposing Pluto, but yeah, Pluto switched into Aquarius, and then Mars switched into Leo, and then see, by the time we get towards the very first of the year, that's when Mars opposes Pluto again. I think it's for the first time, yeah, that it's been in Aquarius at 1 degree. Boy, what does that mean for you if you have the very early degree Taurus, uh, Scorpio, Aquarius, and I'm missing one. Leo. There's that sneaky Leo. The poor things, they're so jovial and shallow. I guess you would say it's the sun over there. It's like obvious. It's like, okay, there's the ego. But no, it's the heart. It's a heartfelt thing. Sorry, I pick on Leo sometimes, but everybody can. Eventually, you'll see, because of the ego thing and well, my moon in Aquarius, right at 15 degrees. I actually attract Leos, particularly the Venus in Leo. We have a thing going on. It's very highly interesting, and uh, but anyway, because well, Aquarius is actually very romantic, believe it or not, as robotic as they might seem. That they actually that's when in February when the romantic season is, right? Valentine's Day, and but Leos are very dramatic. They are ruling the heart. It's the romance house. Anyway, that's where we have Mars going into. Is a very great time for romantic people, I guess. The fire signs, yeah. That's why you see me here, kind of trying to maintain myself through. See, I'm going through a time of reinvention, and it's important not to be hijacked by people who um, just take advantage, I guess, of your good nature, and perhaps if you have stuff coming off of you, right? Like little mice that want to eat you like a piece of cheese or something. And it's like, well, but why can't we just be like-hearted and like-minded and enjoy the ship? I guess well, every ship has little mice eating the cheese, I guess. And do we really mind that? I do. I couldn't have gotten this cat more sooner. There's been an infiltration that's kind of like, it's amazing how, like, I just pulled a bunch of something. They did something. These mice, they must be under remote control by Bill Gates or somebody. That's the only thing I could think of. And so is everything else, pretty much, that is highly inducted with the nanoparticulate matter, and who knows what they can do. Only Tesla was helping out with that, as far as remote control signals and EMF waves. Hi, how are you guys? How are you doing? I was thinking about saying, well, shit. I was just thinking, all right. I'll go to Australia. It's obvious that somebody loves me in Australia. I can trust them. They're really feeling for me. And it's like, because if I do sell out here, it's like, I don't want to, I don't know. I don't want to get trapped. But see, I'm looking at something already that I think it's actually meant for me. I'm just trying to, well, I'm not trying to do anything. I'm just got the good sign. Trying is lying. If it falls in your lap, take it. That's me. How does everybody just seems, some people, they'll say, um, yeah, that person just gets everything fall in their lap. And it's like, so I'm not holding it against you. There's something that I went through. Most likely there's an aspect of myself that you'll say, oh shit, I wouldn't want to be you. Never. Right. But things fall into my lap. So we weigh it out that way. Yeah, I would like to move out into an more isolated area where I have my own long ass driveway. I really do though, see. I do. I want to be where it's quiet, where I know that sounds scary, right? Like where the cell phone signal gives out. See, I, not really. See, I've always done that here, and it's kind of interesting what has piled up as so-called civilization. It's like, no, I'm pretty sure I'm right in saying, if I can buy 20 acres, hell yeah, with a whole bunch of money left over to possibly build on or with. See, that's gonna take, for me, I'm personally thinking that's gonna take knowing people, and I don't know anybody. But I want to make sure it's my people, you know? I really do. I want it to be that I'm in on the blueprints of everything, right? I'm also a very good builder. I can be if you just expose me and we start working on it, you'll see. I'm gonna get all irritated and say, "Give me that! Fucking do it right." Really, I'm sorry, but it might almost like turn into that. But anyway, how are you today? Yes, talking about the Mercury in Sagittarius. Well, going backwards, come the 25th of November, man, aviation just across the board, travel is going to be hung up like more than ever. You're going to see it's like, well, this is a grand finale of just saying we have to fix our cars, because we're so economically pinched that a lot of people skimp out on doing their car maintenance and they pay around Thanksgiving when they're on the freeway, but, I mean, really. So what does it do? It kind of squares, well, you know what it does? We were talking about this, is like it squares, well, it opposes Jupiter, not a square. Gemini, Sagittarius is an opposition. Yeah, that's just like weird communications. Like, people are going to say the stupidest stuff and it's going to be a lie, and you just have to just handle how idiotic people, the communications will end up like people, and it's good too. Like, you want something stupid said, and you can just say, that's a lie, especially if it's, anything. You want to put people on mute after a while and just watch actions only. That's how you really get real. It's a good thing to say with all of this, Mercury and Sagittarius. Man, talk about like talkers. Sagittarius is opposed to Gemini, like I was saying with Jupiter and Gemini. That's a big, big, like 7 different conversations happening at once in one room. That's how those people like it. But with Mercury opposing that, that's like Sagittarius is getting in there too with the conversation. Put everybody on mute. Watch actions only. Watch actions only. Now, talking about that, we have see actions. I just think about the Mars and Pluto opposition again. How it's kind of mild. It's still there, even though Pluto goes back. Mars goes backwards or forward, and then goes backwards. It goes and hits Pluto again here. It's like time is flying like nothing, and that's going to happen on the first of the year, 2025. And it's just Mars is saying, you know what, you're not going to get away with like not having to deal with the control freak. Basically, that's for sure. You know, it dawns on me that okay, so Pluto just went into Aquarius, and it squares all the control freaks. Being on top of the control freak of all of the signs is kind of shh. Aquarius has got it made. But they do a remote control. You don't even know they're in outer space. Like we can control them with electricity, you know. And anyway, yeah. So watch out for your Taurus people lighting up right now. The poor thing. See, the thing is they can't really get away with it. They see no, they can see because it's an Aquarius, Pluto and Aquarius, Taurus. Taurus stresses freaking Aquarius out. If anybody can really like teach Aquarius something, it happens to be Taurus because Taurus says, "Excuse me, but what's the true wealth here? What do you really love as far as your romance? Can we get back down to earth here? If you don't include the darn environment and the earth and the fact that we're biology and our bodies, what are we going to do with all that technology? Just duh, right? If it's not working with us, right? And we can't just start gardening like crazy and fixing our bodies up with it. How smart are we being now? Because a lot of times Aquarius likes to boast their intellect. Yeah, it has to do with that. So we're wondering what's humanity going to be up to the next 20 years? Duh. I think it's just a breakdown of the old world, including me. You know, I might end up on a 20-acre piece of land just because I can with with somebody I enjoy being with, I guess, and we don't really know if we do enjoy being with each other. That's the thing. See, that's the thing. And it's like, well, but that's not a big thing. If I want to do what I want to do, and I want to do that, and just be happy that there's not going to ever be anything built there in a million years, because for some reason, yeah, that they're preserving the land on one side, and then it's just hard to find anybody who is really going to take it seriously to live there in the first place. It's a beautiful place. Anyway, I'm seriously thinking about it. So thanks for listening to that part. See, but the main thing is a big but, right? I want a social life, but it might happen though. Shh, Shauna, can you meditate more? Yeah, you know, I'd love to. I'm going to start doing that. To whom this may concern, and thank you for listening to all of this about the Mercury retrograde. It might be a good time to go out into the wilderness area and start your meditations. You know, and get your encyclopedia out. I don't know. When I think of Sagittarius, I think of the all of the educative studies of things, cultural. Yes, the encyclopedia comes up. I mean, just the libraries, all museums. That's what Sagittarius is like. If you know one in person, they're like this walking freaking encyclopedia or museum, or they're really freaking smart and high-minded. Yeah, they are like the intergalactic center is like 23 Sagittarius, I think, and they just don't know how they know, but they know one of those kinds of trips if they were really on their highest level and they hit it, you know, at least once in their life, and it's like zing, and you can never go back with that. And of course, we're going to communicate about it. Big communicators, big time. You know, if they have a Sagittarius kind of pull, like back and forth, like my grandma did. She was a Sagittarius rising. I mean, a Gemini rising with Sagittarius sun, and I just love her so much. She can talk seven different conversations with seven different people in the same room. It's kind of funny. So it could be like that. There's a lot that's going to stir up through. Now that I think about it, it's a good thing, you know, with everybody meeting up for the family dinner and then starting to rehash everything because retrograde Mercury means that you everything, like rehash, reconcile, restore, repair. You know, And with communications, it's not a bad thing to reconcile. Maybe if you guys are having some troubles with stuff like that, I know that I my life has been vacant of people. Basically, I get on here and I hope that that I'm heard somehow. I have a little bit of a imposter syndrome, basically because we're really going through a complete transformation. You heard what I said earlier, possible reinvention of myself with it will include like a home business of something that really does put out some kind of product that people dig. Many different ways, right? Includes continuing on. Hopefully, my vibe, pardon me, my vibe will change from thinking that I'm being victimized to that just I realize something and I'm stronger about something or something. See, I need to shed off some old past things, but I certainly can't ignore that. It's like, Shauna, what are you going to do? You know, I really do want to have contact with people that are like-minded or more like-hearted as myself. Really, I want to stay in contact with something that is meant for me, something that's meant for me. So, you know, I can't. It's not always about people, people, people. But of course, babe, how do we get any of this stuff in our lives going unless we take a risk with people, right? We do that all throughout our entire life, and I'm I'm a bit of a down to earth person. I have the Venus in Virgo, and you cannot get past the fact that I have this Earth Venus that says no, I can't be that flighty. And can we wait a minute? And I want to decide, and I want to really feel this. And not only that, see, of course, I don't just buy a piece of land and have it sit there empty. You have to build on it. Yeah, there's where I just like, I'm not really interested. See, my family already did this. As far as did that, as far as I'm concerned, this is what would happen here. But the thing is I like being a homebody. My idea is to build see, I'm talking about this because it's coming up in my life, and I tried to talk to you about this Mercury retrograde. We're going to probably re-talk about it in a couple few days here. It happens on the 25th. That just you guys um, prepare yourselves. You know, you wouldn't believe how your car might just disintegrate in front of you. I mean, I don't mean to be mean or anything, but or before body. You know, I don't want to be a negative person either. I want to climb out of the old self, whatever it was, just 4 years ago that came on with going into narcissistic traits. Not that the Aries rising here isn't capable of being one mean cookie, right? One arrogant kind of situation, right? One mean thing, but we do that because we're being messed with probably, and I don't know, babes, don't start judging, especially the Aries people. They are really trying to mind their own business, and then they do things that you can't do, and it takes a kind of rugged person. Okay, gosh. But yeah, so I don't know. I don't know if that's meant for me, and I'm ready to absolutely just kind of meditate. That's what I was trying to do. Is just like, can I have? See, I can't find my balance. And having said this, that donation that Kim Cass did helped me so much. Is why I'm able to see my water heater. I had made a video on it, and it corrected itself for some reason. But I had to undo what the mice did, and I need to replace the insulation around my water heater. I want to get a better one. There's ones that they sell. See, that's one that came standard with the water heater, and it's not a very good one. There's a better ones that are thinner, but they're made of like space age freaking, like insulation for the water heater. That see the mice babes are doing something to the downstairs. My cat used to take care of it. We always had a cat here. And plus, see, some cats have been this one cat was killed in my yard, and it always was here. I think it was always taking care of stuff around everywhere, and now I see infiltration because those animals were taken away. The cat was taken away from regulating them here, and so I feel like I need more. The only thing the thing that's been happening. Thanks for listening to this. How are you? Hit like and subscribe if you like this. I don't have anybody else to talk to. I want. What do you think? What would you do? I want to try and make this work, and the people that are offering the offering that would be. It just seems like it's like, yeah, this is what needs to happen. Because I don't like where I am. It's how crowded it is. It's kind of stupid. I would rather just feel isolated again, and because of the way that they are isolating me anyway. And then pouring asphalt like nearly on top of my head. It's like, good God. I want to make sure that with the 20 acres, I'm going to be sitting right in the middle. So nobody can do that in 20 years. Like, just would you stop? Anyway, but I want to be more, I do want to be modernized. I want to be, I'm a wannabe. I guess I'm just a wannabe. No, I would stay on the internet and update everything and hopefully, I'm not getting any younger, see, that's the thing, and I would love to leave a legacy somewhere, that's like me to want to build a little cove, see, isn't that the time of life? Like, it's like, well, all I need is a little enclosure with a kitchenette and a little bitchin' bathroom. Excuse me, I want a nice bathroom. Uh-oh, see, but I'm going to have money to tinker with. That's what I'm saying. And I want also partnership, teammateship, group, um, new people. And it's not going to happen without communicating. See, if it's meant for me, to make it meant for you, you have to communicate. And see, some people, I don't care really, but they, I'm not everybody's cup of tea. I know that for a fact. I'm, I, I'm high energy sometimes, and I communicate high volume. I don't know. Maybe that'll change, but no, I'm an entertainer. I have to get on here. Really, what I mean is, about done with this video, right? Things can change. I don't. I might not be that way forever. I might become more hermited, and then I might, like, what? I've already been hermited here. See, but there's something going on with me. I mean, I'm going through the process of life here. I'm here to tell you, it's like, uh, to go inward is what we're talking about. And you can go, and then when you master your inner world, which I'm pretty sure I already did a long time ago, actually. And that's how I was able to stay up here. It's like we love our hibernation time where it can get to be snowing. And like a couple of years ago when it snowed nearly 4 feet here, I loved that. I can't get enough of it, to tell you the truth. I'm being distracted from my frickin' life that entails me being quiet and getting downloads, and it's a beautiful life to be a meditator and just fuck the world. Breathe out. Breathe in. Hello, universe. Fuck the world. Sorry. I don't mean it to be as though I mean, come on, man. Who's impressed? I love walking amongst the ruins of what used to be a massive, who knows what, made of another technology, like how the pyramids were built, but I'm pretty sure that where I'm at, what I'm talking about is this place. Off yonder is only just 3 miles this way, and it's a little bit lower, and there's rocks that I love. I love the rocks, and I love how possibly, is it quiet? I think it's changing to where it's not as like Mad Max-ish. And there's always a possibility of liking your neighbors and actually getting along and helping them keep quiet as well as me helping me keep quiet? Everybody, can we shut the fuck up and turn off the lights and plant trees? Yes, plant the trees. Don't plant trees that we can't use. Plant mango tree, all of the different kind of whatever, Asian pear tree. Do it up. Don't stop. Because what if 20 years does pass? Okay, so um, that was something I needed to say, and just really talking about that Mercury retrograde. I bet you anything we're going to keep talking about it. I'm deeply unsure because mainly I want a nice teammate people group. I don't want to be. How do I do this without people? And can I trust them? You see, I know I want to do it a certain way, and I want to track down a certain kind of these builders that build these domes. And I'll try and find it on YouTube. It was in Hesperia, California, where I went to visit. These people are architects that studied, but they're stemming from the East, where they build these domes naturally. It's a well-known thing. They're very efficient and amazing. They are a thick wall that insulates. Of course, it's really cool and efficient in the summer, and it's also efficient in the winter. It's also because it's a dome. It's highly strong, very strong. It's hard to collapse them, and it's also hard to crush them, and also it's hard to blow them down. They're made out of half like silica sand, and then the available material that's there, the earth. They mix it with silica sand though. There's different styles. That one okay, so they can be small enough to where you don't need a permit. But I plan on making one kind of a little bit elaborate to where maybe the ones on the side don't need permits, but the main one does. I don't know, but all I know is that I'm going to have money, and I do not want to just like say, oh, great, I can buy so much toilet paper and a bunch of lighters and some candles, and of course I'm going to want a dirt bike. But see, I'm not short and stupid and impractical enough of thinking of, well, maybe I can um, create a business. And I do have an idea or two, and it's really far out. One of them I don't want to talk about here, but people do not take me seriously, and I'm a Mars ruled person, a woman turning on 50 to 50 at level 50, and I say, yes, we need this kind of certain furniture. There's a certain kind of furniture that I'm wanting to make. And anyway, there's also clothing. You know how they're making the beanies with the silver beanies? They're saying, "Come and get it," and it's just like this hat and the beanie. It's like, babes, why don't you start making real good, like put real stones on your clothes? My idea is to cut them and just make beautiful vests. There's my multi-million-dollar idea. When you make it with these stones, all we're doing is bringing back the ancient way. They wore stuff like that because they were so technologically advanced. They were probably doing that because they knew that there were aliens amongst them, and they could like zap you with their vampires. Freaking just looking at them, you want to get your weird glasses on and say, "I'm just here to do what? What did we do here?" It seems like that. It's always had the vibe of an amusement park, and then like how in Star Wars, and anyway, I'll be ending this pretty soon on minute 36. How about that? Star Wars, where they have the scene of all of the different, but they all seem to like to go to the bar. All of the different aliens all like to seem to just go to the same bar and drink who knows what. They all can handle that bar scene, and the music, they seem to all love the same darn music. So that's cool. Maybe that's what planet Earth is, a lot like that. For whatever kind of comes in and out of it here, you know what I mean? And they can. If they weren't doused with fluoride and all of the other methods of which that they have ruined people to be prejudiced and play the game of just hate. It's possible. I think that there's a whole planet that's just a bar. We go and we drink it. Hi, how's your work today? Well, today I. It's like it's a reptilian sitting there talking, and I'm just here, just a Pleiadian. And I'm like, am I really looking the way I look? I think I look on the thing. I think Microsoft is trying to fuck with us all. Have you ever seen that thing that's coming up? Not a good idea. I am not excited about how everybody. Why are we excited about cartoons coming up? I swear, it's like this new fucking thing to do on the internet. That people are so creative, right? Getting stencils, a commercial about your cartoon making um, application. It's breathtaking. It's like fuck that. I want a place, and if anybody wants to join me, I would dare say you're welcome. Yes, of course. But I want it done right. Don't fuck with my design. There's over in Hesperia, there's people that build domes, and you pay them. You pay them, and then on top of that, you pay for the material, and of course, money talks, shit walks. And are we not ready to blast off? Do you want to couple up and do this? You're gonna be stowed away, but it's a better fucking environment. As far as how that the cities, they're built out of wood, and it's like matchboxes sitting there. Just burn them up. 36, 36.